Hello everyone, the Klaus here, and today guys I'm going to review a combiner model from the Evo Factory sim, a combiner model released in 2011 as part of the second wave, and you're going to need two heroes to build this combiner model. First you're going to need Stormer 3.0 and Rocka 3.0, and I'm going to show you a little picture of what it looks like. So you see the two heroes right there, Rocka and Stormer, and then the combiner model that we are going to build in this video review. So for the instructions, you have to go on the Evo Factory website and then check out the products page and click on instructions on a set. For example, you click on instruction on Stormer and you will find the instruction for the three combiner model called Combi 1, Combi 2 and Combi 3. But that said, let's move on to the combiner model right now. Let me just first take the instruction booklet so I can see how to put him. And first, well, of course, the frame. So here we go. Let me just adjust this thing. So obviously, we're going to use a wide frame with the two more ball joints on the shoulder section. This will be useful to link some frame part or skeleton part on the back, which will be useful later on, obviously. Then you have the two arms. Notice that we're going to use, the Stormer's blue head and also his feet right there, the white one. Also notice one interesting thing in comparison to the previous combiner model released in the first wave with the 3.0, it's the legs, which are quite new because as you can see they have a strange shape like that, as you can see, so quite well, but well, we'll see how it works later on. And notice this little skeleton part used right there, which will be useful to link some more armors part. Talking about armors, well, we are going to link some armors now, of course, to cover all the frame part, which, remind you, is made out of ball joints and connectors. So that's all we build this new heroes. Now, a new type of construction system, if I can say so. And first, we're going to use the Rocka God armors part. So they will be linked right there. Then we're going to use the Stormer's one. And finally, we're going to use two smaller armors part on the back on this dark gray part to cover the rear section of the leg. So first, we're going to use this white part, which will be linked right there, and then a black part, which will be linked this way. The same, we're going to do the same on the, we can do the same on the second leg, like that, and we are done with the armors for the legs at least. Because now it's time to move on to the upper part of the body, and first, well, the main armor, which is made with this part. Nothing really new, it's exactly like Rocka, by the way. Rocka's front armor. And then for the shoulders, we're going to use this big armors plus what we call a villain core. But it's not really a villain core for the villain, by the way. Just the name we give it. Another body armor, but this time with little spikes on it. Will be linked right there. And well, we are nearly done. So now I'm going to link the claws because this guy got two claws. First, on the left arm, it's going to be this one. So of course, with this part, the bot arm and the spikes. Of course, if you want to know more about this new part, go check out the individual reviews of the hero. Because I already reviewed, of course, Rocka and Stormer in separate reviews. Notice also the bot's arm used right there, which is a nice effect in my opinion. Then we're going to have the second claw, right here, excuse me guys, right here, and we're going to link this Stormer's body armor right there, which is quite cool in my opinion at least. Now we have two more armors to put, it's going to be this one if I'm correct. So the printed armor plus one of the new spikes. I'm going to put this way, but I'm not sure if it's the Stormer's one on the left or the Rocka one, but well. It's not really that interesting for the review, by the way. It's not really that important. And the final part, excuse me guys for this thing. Seems quite hard to pose, or at least to show in a good way on the camera. And the last part is going to be, of course, the helmet, and this is the Rocka's Lion's helmet used on this combiner model, not the one used by Stormer. Let me just link this thing, and here we go, we are done. So I'm going to put this guy in place, do a little turnaround, and then do a little sum up about this guy. Of course, talk about the articulations. And excuse me for that, guys. Just have to move my webcam. Here we go. So. Like that. So it's quite bulky, in fact. And well, let's start to talk about the articulation, and first the legs. And because of how they are made, well, you won't really be able to make that tons of pose. So of course you can move the, you can move the leg on the front like that, and the rear a little, but so see, apart from that, that's all. You can't really move this articulation point, apart if you want to do this type of stuff. But well, because of the shape, you're not really supposed to do that. And then you can just move this thing on the rear. You can't move this part on the front, so it's quite limited right there. The fit then, but well, not really that much to talk about. And then the arms, guys, so no big problems for the white one on the shoulder section, as you can see. Then for the shoulder, yes, the elbow, it's blocked at 90 degrees because of the armor used. Then you got the claw, which do not have any big problems. Of course, 1 point of rotation per little claw right there. I think the same can be said for the left arm, which you will be able to move around quite easily. But on the elbow section, once again, it's going to be 90 degrees, like that. Then the claws, and well, once again, points of rotation right there. Then you have the, excuse me guys, then you have the articulations on the back, so you have like 1, 2, 3 ball joints that you can move the way you want, up or down, so you can choose to, for example, put this part on the back or put them on the front, well, the way you want. And finally the head, which can't look down, obviously, because of the shape of the mask, but can look up and on the sides, with some little problems sometimes, but still it can look on the side. I'm going now to do this type of stuff, excuse me. And I'm going to do a little pause, and then I will talk about, well, do a little sum up about this guy, what I think about this first combiner model between Stormer and Rocka, because for now I just have the heroes to make this combiner, but later in the week I will be able to make the other combiners model, so the one with Furno and Bulk, if I'm correct, and the one with Nex and Stringer, if I do not say any mistakes. Excuse me for my webcam, which, here we go. I'm going to move this thing a little down, do a little pause, and it will be okay. Here we go. So first, well, let's do a sum up about this combiner model. So what's to like, what's not to like. And well, first, I think my main complaint about this combiner model, in fact, is the color scheme, because there is many colors in there. Of course, there is the dark metal, the gold, the white, the black, trans green, and stuff like that. But my main issue, in fact, is with the blue, because it's really it doesn't really mix well with the other colors, in my opinion. And seriously, the blue head in the Rocka's helmet just looks quite ugly, in my opinion. So maybe with time I will get used to this blue color. But for now, I have to say that I have some problems with the use of this blue color, which kind of seems out of place. Well, at least in my opinion. But then the second complaint you might have with this combiner model is, of course, the articulations on the legs, because obviously they are original, they are pretty well made, but they can't really turn that much because of their special shape. So, well, if you like well articulated legs, maybe you will pass on this combat model. And apart from that, well, for example, my friend do not really like the parts used right there, but personally, apart from the color scheme and the articulations on the legs and maybe also the arms, because like I said, because of the big armors used, you can just turn this thing up to 90 degrees on the elbow section. So, well, once again, a little limited. But apart from that, guys, I'm pretty happy with this combi model because first, it's original because of the shape of the legs, which really looks cool, even if not well articulated. And then it's quite bulky also, with the big armors used as shoulder armors, plus the two big claws and the parts used right there, which really adds to the overall parts, and the part on the back, which is a nice detail in my opinion. So, well, all in all, I have to say that it's a pretty good combi model. Maybe not the most posable, or maybe not sometimes, in terms of color scheme, the best ever done, but at least it works, it's original, and well, it's pretty cool. Personally, I'm really happy about this combi model. You can still do some pose, and it works quite great. And excuse me for that, guys. So I think that's all for this video review, guys, about the combiner model between Stormer 3.0 and Rocka 3.0. So, of course, if you have the two of them, you can go on the Hero Factory website and check out the instructions to build this little guy, well, which is not really that small, but still, it's pretty cool, pretty bulky, and all around well done in terms of design. So, of course, like I said, some problems for the color scheme and the articulations, but apart from that, it's all okay. And well, if you don't really like the colors like me, for example, you can still change them to white, for example, or some other colors. So, well, that's all. Hope you enjoyed this review, guys. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to ask them. I will happily answer them. And that said, well, hope you enjoyed, and see you later for another video review. Bye!